Hello, welcome back to this video. In the previous 2-3 videos, we have basically created the vacancy requisition and we have approved some of the applications, vacancies, and we have seen the thread of approval and their documents which are such as the job description that is required, which is being attached in the vacancy requisition, and then we also have created the candidates. So each candidate having his details, basic details, and some resume and the contact details, and where applicable we have also seen the video resume of the person, signature, and the photograph and various details that have been uploaded. So with this we have done the candidate master, the vacancy requisition, the approval workflow. So in this and we have published the vacancy for people to get attracted. Now in this video we will be concentrating on the candidate shortlisting. So let's see the candidate shortlisting. So basically the shortlisting of candidates is nothing but merging of the candidate details and the vacancy details. So both these details, when we actually merge, if you see, this is nothing but both these details merged, and we get the candidate shortlisting, so that it becomes easy to conduct the interview or communicate and things like that. Now let us see how we create the candidate the shortlisting object. So similar to what we have created both the earlier object, the candidate, and the vacancy requisition, let us also create the demo candidate shortlist. So demo candidate shortlist is the object which we are creating. As we know, this is being a combination of the vacancy and the candidate. Let us create similar fields, such as we have vacancy number, which we have created, and then we have created a vacancy name, and the required department and designation. Now here you will notice we are creating them as straight fields, because this will be picked up from the other object instead of making them as a drop down. So similarly the designation. So these fields are generally not entered, they are captured from the vacancy. So let's try to make them as read only. Okay, this is mandatory, of course, and then we will make these as read only fields, so that it becomes that it cannot be altered by the people. So we have made one of them as read only, and we will make the rest of them as also read only. Similar to what we have created about the vacancy, we may have to create the fields for first name, and the last name. Let's create it as a read only straight away. And then we have the gender and the date of birth, which is nothing but date. So we are creating further, and let me also complete the other fields outside the videos to save time. and then we will revert back. So now we have created the required fields, the vacancy number, designation, candidate details, and maybe his gender, email, everything of this particular demo candidates. So let's rename this as candidate shortlist or vacancy shortlist. So we created a vacancy shortlist, and if you see carefully, this consists of data coming from vacancy and data coming from the candidate. And here you will see the candidate, we can pick the candidate and all his details would appear into the respective area. But how is this written is basically, it is a type of control. We call it as SQL control. You see the first name, we have written the control to the first name. Basically it is telling the application, please select this first name, last name, everything from this particular table and fill up into these fields. So that is how it does. And this in a similar way, we also have this data coming up, vacancy. We may not be filling up the vacancy. Actually this vacancy shortlist becomes a child object to the vacancy, which we will do it. In the meantime, just to demonstrate how does that names come from there to this object, is if you see the default is given as H : vacancy name. H stands for head. So from the head, the data comes and sits onto this. So let's so obviously we have to make this as a child object to our vacancy master. So if you see, our vacancy requisition is here. So let's go back to our design mode. So now we are basically making, just to explain little more in detail, that we have the vacancy object and we have the candidate object, and these two we are trying to merge it into the candidate shortlist. So basically we are trying to make this object as the linkage. The vacancy requisition has a child object. So let us see how it is done. So basically the various objects which are there, and one of them is creation of child object, child forms. So let's see what are how the child forms are created. If you have noticed, in the candidate we have created child forms like education, experience, where the places he has worked. Similarly, the vacancy shortlist is the thing. So let us search for shortlisted candidates. Okay, so you will see the vacancy shortlist is here. I'm creating the form. Please also keep your eyes over here, and I'm creating the vacancy shortlist as a thing. So the moment I created vacancy shortlist, you will notice it has picked up all the mandatory fields from there. That means virtually the machine has understood that this object is attached to that. So let's go back to the data what we have created. This is the vacancy which we approved. Okay, now if you see, because we created a child object, you will see the vacancy shortlist has come as a link, child link to this. So that means one vacancy can have more than one candidate. I just add. So the moment I add, you will see the data getting filled up. So maybe vacancy number has not got filled up. Maybe I might have made a mistake. So let us see what is the mistake we have done. It is vacancy NUMBER number, whereas maybe I haven't written it as vacancy NO. So this is done just basically to demonstrate how the linkages are done. So now I'm saying, you will see the vacancy 002 has come because I clicked on this, and if I go over this object and try to create a vacancy shortlist, and it creates vacancy 003 marketing manager, and I'm picking up some person, and you will see their details coming up here. So also you will notice in the section here, the email, mobile, city have not come. Okay, that means intentionally we have not put, and we wanted to demonstrate to you. So here, to the same query which we have built partially, I'm going to improve on that query, okay, by saying please also put email, mobile and city into the data, okay, and also select in the same order the email, mobile and city. So let's save this and see how it works. So now I'm saying shortlist the candidates. So it is showing me all my candidates. Say I picked up my record here, and in the information you will also see the email, mobile and city have come and sat down here. Now the actual subject comes. I need people who are graduated or things of that nature, whereas it is showing me all the details and I have to search who is the particular person, which may be a tedious job. So maybe instead of showing the gender and date of birth, it is better I show the education of the student or filter it by education. So we can do that by slight alteration to this field list, okay, this SQL, okay. So maybe we can put some validations and see that, and I will create that and then show you that piece. Now that we have slightly altered the data, so I am saying add new. You will see the vacancy details have come with experience, etc. And I am picking up the candidate. You will see the last name, education, experience in years coming up, which makes more meaning to the mechanism. But still we notice when we want 3 years of post graduation, when we are trying to search for candidates, it's showing me all the candidates who are graduates. Really I would prefer not graduates. If possible, if it is possible, maybe I can also search for graduation, okay, or I can eliminate post graduation. Suppose I wanted the post graduation, maybe I can just try to filter it by that, okay, but that may not help me because even I want the years to be calibrated. So let's see how first we can really filter by any mechanism. So all that we have to do is, when we are getting it, all that I do is just say where one, and the moment we say that, it gets that filtering capacity. Let's just see that. So as we have seen, we have taken the marketing manager. We want to create the vacancy shortlist. The shortlist could be more than one candidate. It automatically filled up, and all that we need is people who have post graduation and 3 years and above experience. So here we saw to it that those details are visible. So I selected this candidate, and you will see the candidate is registered here, and similarly maybe the second candidate, if any, okay, if we find any applicable candidate, we will be able to pick up. Say for example, post graduation 3 years, Mr. Kishore also has the Kishore, okay, and maybe we can just, so we are selecting the second candidate. So you will see against a vacancy we are able to pick up the candidates readily available from the list. Of course we can also filter them accordingly as we see. Maybe there is another person, Mr. Venkat Tida, also is a postgraduate, okay. That means these are the 3 people whom we have selected. Similarly, maybe if I want finance manager, I can select the vacancies. We have not selected anybody till now, and all that I have to do is just select the candidate. He must have minimum of 5 years of graduation. Maybe Aditya is a potential candidate, and we have another one maybe who has 7 years graduation, Kumar KY. So here you will notice that both the shortlisted candidates have been filled up. You can see the vacancy shortlist of finance manager, there are 2 people, and for the vacancy shortlist of the marketing manager, there are 3 people. Maybe here instead of showing the names, it is better we show the names of the people. So similarly, what we have done earlier, we can as well show them accordingly. So we are just getting the vacancy shortlist people. So this is the vacancy for marketing manager. There are 3 people here. So let's again review our scenario, what we said first. So we have created the vacancies, candidates, developed the workflow, published the vacancy, and we have also shortlisted the candidates. Maybe now we have to communicate with them. So all that we have to do is to ensure that we provide such facility to them so that it could be published. Say for example, just to give you an idea, to this I wanted to give a facility to send an email, has email as short message, so that to this person, maybe the Mr. Shastri, I would like to send an email from here or an SMS. I'm sending an email. You are shortlisted for the post of marketing manager and we will revert soon. Now this could be made as a template also, so that it could be directly sent to the candidate. It could be template SMS or template email and things of that nature. Thank you very much. Thank you.